Good morning everyone, we are here to discuss sound and its production by vibrating bodies. We will explore how sound is produced, how it requires a medium to travel, and the various elements that comprise its vibration, such as amplitude, time period and frequency. We look forward to our discussion, and hope you are ready to dive in with us. Sound plays a major role in our lives, not only enabling communication but also enriching our experience of the world. How is sound produced? Vibrating objects create changes in pressure that travel through a medium such as air, water, or solid objects. The way this vibration behaves is based on the sound wave's amplitude, period, and frequency. Examples of these vibrations can be seen in the back and forth motion of a bell or rubber band when hit, a stretched membrane when struck, and an air column when blowing into a bugle. When you come across sound in the future, don't forget to think of the vibrating object behind it. Music is created through the vibration of strings, membranes and an air column. Strings are used to produce sound in instruments such as the vina, sitar and violin. On the other hand, percussion instruments like the tabla, mridangam, drum and shanay use membranes to vibrate and create sound. The mouth organ is a wind instrument that utilizes an air column to vibrate and produce sound. Musical instruments have been employed in cultures around the world for thousands of years. Examples such as bells, gatams, manjiras, and jaltarangs create sound when beaten or struck. The tones and pitches generated by these instruments depend on the strength and speed of the strike, allowing for different styles of music and sounds. The vibration produced by their striking yields an amplitude, frequency, and time period that influence the type and quality of the sound. Humans are capable of producing sound through the complex mechanism of the human voice. The vocal cords, which are situated in the larynx, are two elastic bands that vibrate when air is passed through them. This vibration is the source of sound. By changing the tension levels of the vocal cords, various frequencies are created. The combination of these frequencies and the resonance of the body's air cavities are what make up the sound of the human voice. With training, humans can manipulate those frequencies to create pitch, melody, and harmony, thereby giving them the power of expression through their voices. Sound is fundamental in our lives and is produced by vibrating bodies. It requires a medium to propagate, such as solids, liquids and gases. For instance, sound waves travel through the solid string of a cantelephone and a whale employs echo to find its prey in water. Moreover, we can also hear sounds since sound waves travel through air. It is worth noting that sound does not travel in vacuum. Sound waves are continuously oscillating, and the amplitude, period, and frequency of these oscillations define the character of a sound. Thus, comprehending the properties of sound assists us in comprehending our world for improved communication and interaction with one another. We may overlook how essential sound is in our lives, but understanding how we are able to hear it is important. Our ears are incredibly sophisticated organs that pick up sound waves and transform them into the sound that we hear. These waves enter our ear canals and cause the eardrum to vibrate, before sending them to the inner ear where the fluid amplifies them. They are then sent to the brain, where the sound is processed and registered. Our ears give us the means to experience and enjoy the ever-changing soundscape that surrounds us every day. Vibration is a back-and-forth movement of an object. Oscillatory motion is when an item that moves in a repetitive rhythm, such as a pendulum, goes from one maximum point, A, to the other, B, and back again, A. This maximum displacement from the middle point is known as the amplitude, OB or OA. The time period is the time taken for one oscillation, measured in hertz, which is the designation used to measure the frequency of the oscillation, the number of full vibrations per second. Vibration is what facilitates sound transmission, and by studying oscillation, amplitude, time period, and frequency of vibration, we can gain a better comprehension of how sound is produced from musical instruments, speech, and other sound sources. Sound loudness and pitch are essential components of sound production. Amplitude of vibration impacts loudness. A lower amplitude results in a softer sound, while a higher amplitude yields a louder sound. These amplitudes are quantified in decibel units, dB. Pitch of sound is established by the frequency of vibration. Lower frequencies create lower-sounding tones, like a drum or an adult's voice, whilst higher frequencies produce higher-pitched tones, such as a whistle or a baby's voice. Comprehending the loudness and pitch of sound will enable us to grasp the fundamentals of sound production, and how we can utilize it to create musical instruments, sound effects, and more. Sound is a remarkable thing. Our hearing range is limited to audible sound, which has frequencies of 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Yet there is much more beyond what we can hear. Inaudible sound has frequencies lower than 20 Hz or higher than 20,000 Hz. Sounds with frequencies above 20,000 Hz are ultrasonic and cannot be heard by humans. However, some animals such as dogs have the ability to hear these ultrasonic waves. Bats also use them to communicate. By exploring sound and its frequencies, we can gain insights into the world and its secrets. Music is everywhere. It is part of our everyday lives, ranging from birds singing in the morning to music from a concert in the evening. It is created by vibrating objects, such as instruments or the human voice. Even noise like a car horn has vibrations that create sound waves. The quality of music that makes it pleasing to the ear is its amplitude, period, and frequency. On the other hand, noise is an unpleasant sound created by irregular vibrations. Examples of noise are the sound of a noisy classroom or cars honking in the street. Musicians produce regular vibrations that are pleasing to the ear. Examples of musical sounds are singing or playing an instrument. This slide shows some examples of musical sounds, from the Mukabugu Twister's guitar, the LDH electric guitar, to the nightingale singing. It is evident that musical sound is a pervasive phenomenon that is present in our lives. The power of sound is incredible. Unwanted noise pollution, however, can have serious consequences for our health, environment, and daily life. Excessive sounds coming from vehicles, explosions, loudspeakers, and home appliances such as TVs, radios, or music systems can cause serious health issues such as anxiety, hypertension, and even hearing loss. To reduce noise pollution, we need to take measures such as using silencers, reducing the use of vehicle horns, and limiting the volume of TVs, radios, and music systems. Planting of trees also helps to reduce noise pollution. It is our duty to protect ourselves and our environment from excessive and unwanted sounds that can be hazardous. Let's do our part.